when we have associated pain with growth, sometimes we will unconsciously, reflexively, preemptively create pain in anticipation of growth. And
Hmm.
that's your brain trying to make a prediction of what is about to happen and like how this usually goes and how it usually feels. And, you know, because in some way it feels comfortable even if it's painful because it's familiar. The skill here that I want you guys to play with and cultivate is, can I like stay loose, right? Like instead of gripping the steering wheel tighter, can I notice when I'm gripping tight and can I just relax a little bit? Because we want to drive with a loose grip. Because that when the grip is tight, I can't last very long.
Also true.
Yeah, also true though.
This is the after hours. Anyone who's watching the recording, we're trying to optimize for the long haul. We're trying to build a business that feels good for a very long time and puts lots of money in your pocket and brings a lot of goodness. So we want to get comfortable with driving long distance. And how would we hold the steering wheel in that case, right? You're driving across the coast on a road trip. Like you want it to feel easy. You want to find the most comfortable seat because you don't want to start getting like weird like neck and trap tightness when you're 20% of the way there. You don't want to have your hands be crampy. You don't want to have your like you want to find a posture that allows you to be at a really deep level of relaxation, but you're still alert. You can still maneuver around cars, and if something comes up, you can respond, but the grip is loose, right? It's just like as tight as it needs to be for you to be in control of the car. And so what we want to do is we want to notice when the grip gets really tight and the brain starts playing out worst case scenarios and it's sending panic alarms and it's anticipating threat. Or we just want to watch that process and just release that tension. It's okay. It's okay. Like it's going to be okay. And reteach our brain that we can grow not just in the absence of pain and stress, but we can actually grow through pleasure. And this is a very deep rewiring process. It takes time. It's not like a overnight thing. And I'm working with you guys. Don't share a lot of context because it'll come up eventually, but I've been working with you guys over the last whatever months to slowly reshape your nervous systems so that your associations with what they were with growth and money and safety and like all of those things get rewritten. It just happens with more ease. And then eventually it happens with pleasure. And that's when the game gets really fun because the anticipation is still there, but it's not for pain or suffering. Your brain starts to anticipate pleasure, right? And that is a completely different neurochemical experience. And we want the business to feel like an orgasm. That's what we're optimizing for. Like the same kind of anticipation you'd have to an orgasm, same kind of excitement, joy, ease, relaxation, turn on, arousal, connection, presence, flow. We're trying to engineer a business that delivers orgasms predictably every single fucking day. The reason we're doing this is because of another one of my core theses, which is what we're doing is much less running a business. More so, we are trying to fuck the universe with our business. Our business is how we make love to the universe, to the world, right? And there's an interesting parallel here because most people, they have sex in a state of a trauma response. Like most people, when they're having sex, they're in some sort of trauma response. They don't feel safe. They feel a little anxious. They're in their heads. They're not at ease. And that dramatically reduces pleasure. And it's the same thing with business. Most people are operating their businesses, trying to grow their businesses in a state of distress, in a state of pressure, in a state of tension. And just like that fucks up an orgasm, it fucks up the amount of pleasure that we can experience running our business. So I'm giving you guys this context because I want you to know Sometimes it's helpful to locate like where we are on the journey and make sense of, oh, this is happening. It's okay. The whole thing is made up, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole thing is a simulation. You're hallucinating your problems.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in the Matrix, there is no spoon. But if you think there's a spoon, that's what makes the spoon real. So when you learn to see through the idea that there is a spoon, then you're free.